Alrighty guys, so we're gonna go ahead and do something just a little bit different here. We're gonna go ahead and showcase over on Global Dokkan, of course giving some more love to Global Dokkan, because if I'm being completely honest with you guys, Global Dokkan's been a little bit dead, if I'm just again being completely frank with you. But I finally went ahead and finished Prime Battle LR Gohan here, as you guys can tell. So I'm actually quite excited to see what this guy can do. Again, I've never used him. I haven't even really touched Global, other than from when I did the Namek Saga Super Battle Road yesterday. Global, again, for me, has not been touched in a fat minute. So, like I said, I'm actually quite excited to go ahead and see what this Prime Battle Gohan can go ahead and do here. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's hop right in. Let's see what this Prime Battle Gohan can do at the fully rainbowed level. And yeah, we'll just see. Alright, so now we're here on the Exploding Rage team. Unfortunately for this Gohan, he's only on 4 category teams, which really does hinder his usability in certain types of content. Just because, again, he is a very, very specific character. So anyways, of course he is rainbowed. I did go full crit for him, as well as a little bit of additional built into him, because again, he doesn't really do anything that spectacular on his super attack effects. He just lowers attack on his 12 key and then massively lowers defense on his 18 key, which again is not very good. So I did opt to go ahead and give him that little bit of extra crit. He has no equipment. Again, this is typically what I like to do. He has mostly level 1 links, and then of course, like I said, he's only on 4 category teams. Now again, this Kid Gohan is very dependent on whether or not you have Goku not only on the team, but on the same rotation, because as you guys can see right here, we are at 126k defense, or basically 127k, which is again, very, very solid, but again, we do have support on rotation here, which again, is not to say that this Gohan isn't good, but again, just quickly going over his passive, this guy gets 59,000 attack and defense, and 2 key if there's a Goku on the team, which we do have, as you guys can see there with Namek Goku. And then this Gohan also gets another 3 key and 59,000 attack and defense if you have a Goku on the same rotation. So like I said, he is very, very dependent on whether or not you have a Goku on your team and on rotation. But again, it's better if you have the Goku just literally on the same rotation with him. And again, 2.4 million. Again, that is not the craziest attack stat ever for a Prime Battle. In fact, I think I've seen other Prime Battles hit harder than that. But again, he didn't really have a Goku on rotation with him on that turn, so I guess you could kind of make the argument that he wasn't in his full power. But again, the issue is you're really not going to have a Goku on the same rotation, let alone team, if you're not on Exploding Rage or on Goku's family. Youth and Hybrid Saiyans, where I would typically want to use this guy, there's no Goku on there. So unfortunately for this Kid Gohan, you know, he's just really heavily limited. Now, in terms of what his level of defense was there, again, his defense was 126,951. I have my little handy-dandy calculator over here. He gets 58,000 on super attack, just by actually super attacking. So that put him at 184,951. And again, keep in mind, that's with support. Now, we do have a Goku on rotation with him, so that is going to make his defense absolutely explode, as you guys can see right there. Now it's 186k. And let me actually quickly do the math for this, because when he attacks, he is going to be getting, again, 58,000 on super. So let me just quickly do this math right there. I don't know if you guys can hear the calculator and me typing, but I am actually literally doing the calculations. So he's going to be at 244,551k defense after he super attacks. Now, again, that's really good, but also keep in mind that's with support. Again, this is not just his power. This is with support. So, again, to be completely fair, this is kind of like not a good look for him entirely, because again, you know, there's a lot of support on rotation here coming from the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman Gohan, which again, I don't think it's gonna do either like a massive difference where it's just like that he's gonna completely drop in terms of numbers, but again, he is what I would consider a pretty mid Prime Battle unit. I wouldn't really consider him to be spectacular. Again, that's my only issue with him, is that he's just too limited when it comes to not having a Goku round. Now, this again did not significantly increase his attack stat. It was 2.4 last turn. It's 3.6 this turn. I guess you could call that a significant increase, but in reality, again, that's not, again, super impressive. Unfortunately for this Prime Battle Gohan, I will say, until he, like, gets an easy A, I really don't think I'm going to be using him that often. Again, he's just, again, way too specific in his use. Like, until they release a, you know, Saiyan Saga Goku that leads, like, the Saiyan Saga category, or we get, like, a Saiyan Saga themed celebration where, you know, this guy could potentially easy A, I really don't think this guy's going to see a lot of play, because the one thing that they could do, you know, if they eventually easy A this guy to fix him, is just make it so that he gets all of that extra, you know, 58 or 59,000 attack and defense, and, you know, all that key if there's a Goku on rotation or if there's a Goku on your team. Make that just like an additional part of his kit. Like, just fix him in a way that he doesn't need Goku around constantly to get those effects. Again, that would just be, again, my only thing that I would recommend for them just to fix, is just don't make him so heavily dependent on Goku. Now, without support, that actually did drop his defense down quite significantly. I didn't think it was going to drop down that much. It actually dropped by like 11k, maybe 15k, around there. So he has that 169. I think even at that level, his defense is going to be looking pretty good, because he gets 58,000 on super. He's going to be at 227k defense. So again, his defense is still going to be relatively solid, like, don't get me wrong. But again, this is with a Goku, so I'm actually really interested to see, of course, when we move on to the next category team, what he's going to look like without a Goku. Because again, that is going to be the determining factor on whether or not I think you should even really use this unit. Like, I do think you should grind him up, because again, he's a free-to-play unit. Like, again, always grind up, you know, free-to-play Prime Battles. Oh, so 3.4 million, that actually really didn't change his attack stat, which is, I guess, a positive thing that we can note right there. But it did actually really impact his defense. But again, depending on how good he is without a Goku on the rotation or on the team, like I said, is going to determine whether or not I would even argue you should even farm this guy up. Again, the only reason I could even see, you know, you needing to farm this guy up is because he's eventually going to easy A, as they've been doing with the Prime Battles. But really, other than that, again, we'll see how he looks like without a Goku on the team. So anyways, let's head on over now to the Hybrid Saiyan team. Alrighty, so now we are on the Hybrid Saiyan team, so let's go ahead and see what this guy's defense is. Again, we do have a ton of support on this team. To be fair, again, the Hybrid Saiyan team, easily one of the best teams in the game, does have a lot of really good units that just happen to be supports, like this unit right here, as well as the GT Trunks and Goten. So his defense is 77k. Again, that's by no means good. Again, we don't have that the two buffs of 59% 1000 attack and defense, because again, there's no Goku on the team and there's no Goku on rotation. So I actually already calculated his defense on what it would be, which, by the way, we have. Okay, so we put him in the middle. He's gonna have 3 out of 7 links, so we're gonna go ahead and put him in the middle there. Hopefully, again, the Great Saiyan Gohan does not finish him off. We're gonna get him at 22 key, which again, I don't think is gonna make much of a difference in terms of his attack stat. But defensively, after he super attacks, because again, he's only getting 58,000. He's going to be at 135,000 defense, essentially. And again, 1.6 million. That is pathetically bad. There are free-to-play units that I think aren't even easy A that can hit around those numbers, or even better than that. Again, that is not good. Again, unfortunately, like I've again said, this Gohan is just really gonna suffer from the fact that, because he's just so damn dependent on that Goku, it's just really gonna make a difference on his power level. Because again, as you guys saw right there, he was at 3.6 million at his highest that we saw from him with a Goku on rotation and on the team, and then he's at a 1.6 without a Goku. So that's a 2 million difference. His defense was also significantly lower. It was like, at best, if I were to round it up, 140k. And then with what's it called? Without the Goku, I mean, it was, or with the Goku on rotation, it was like a 200. I think it was like 45k at the highest. So again, it's like he really is dependent on that Goku. You just really want to have Goku with you. And again, until he EZAs and they fix that issue with him, I really don't see anybody really running him. I don't see this unit having a lot of play. Because again, look at that, 1.5. That's really not good. Like I said, there's a lot of other units that can do what he can do, but better, and they're TURs. Like, it's really not funny. Considering the fact that, again, version Z Goku that we got, who is significantly easier to build up and like get him, because you can literally awaken him, like level up his super attack just from the very like missions that you do, like, and he just does way more than this Gohan does. Like, it's it's just not funny, man. It's kind of sad to see that. So again, like, my final verdict so far that I'm seeing from this Gohan is he's really not someone you should use, but at the same time, I don't want to be too harsh on him, because it's not his fault that the game developers decided to like hinder him like that. Again, I can maybe potentially understand what they were going for, because again, the scene and the super attacks that he does are from the parts in the Saiyan Saga where he's protecting Goku from Raditz, where Raditz is just whooping Goku's butt. And then again, Gohan sees that, gets hella pissed off. He's like, leave my dad alone. And then he, like, you know, unleashes that little burst of power, which we see in his like 18 key and his 12 key super attack. So again, I can understand what they're going for with this unit. It's just that the execution really wasn't there. They really didn't give him anything else to help him stand on his own, which is, again, the only downside to him. Now, we do have a really good support unit on here, being the Trunks, as you guys can see, who's giving 40%. The Great Saiyaman is giving 30%, so we have 70% support on this rotation. He's at 88k defense. We're going to go ahead and give him a full 24 key super attack. We're going to go ahead and use a little key up item right here, and then this is going to be the last rotation we're going to see from him on here. So let's go ahead and see what kind of number he puts up. So he's at 2 million. Okay, I'll give him that. At least he was at the 2 million range. I will, again, give credit where credit is due. At least he did pass the 2 million mark. His defense was a little bit better, being at 146k after he super attacks. So again, not terrible. Like that's not horrible, but at the same time, it's nothing to like write about, you know? So again, in the end, what I would have to say about this Gohan is, again, he's solid, you know, with Goku on rotation. Without the Goku on rotation, I would say he's kind of mediocre. He's, again, not really someone that I would call good at all to begin with. But, again, let's just go ahead and let's head on over to the next category team with this Gohan. Alright, so now we are on the Goku's family team with the kid Gohan, as you guys can see right here. Defense is, again, much better at 189k defense. That is with, again, On the Family active. Again, On the Family probably being one of this, you know, Gohan's best defensive links. So anyways, let's go ahead and see what he can do right here. I am going to use one item. That should bump him up to 23 key. So anyways, let's go ahead and, like I said before, see what he does. So he's just gonna get 58,000 on super attack, and he was at like 189,000. Oh, dude, 2.7 million again is not too crazy, but again, that is because we only have On the Family active, so we're missing a ton of other really good links for this Gohan as well. I think we should have Namek Goku on rotation with him, so we should be able to activate a couple of others, but I don't think I'll be able to get the rotation that I wanted, because I got him in slot 3, and not exactly ideal when it came to the showcase here, because dude, I think we might kill this Gohan. Okay, I don't want Namek Goku in the first, because again, we don't want him to get additionals, but I think if this kid Gohan could please survive for whatever reason, we would have, again, the best rotation that I would want for Kid Gohan then in the next turn. So I'm just gonna pray that we don't demolish this Kid Gohan. Please don't. Just just relax. Okay. Now it's up to the free-to-play one not to screw us over. I've had a very interesting track record with this free-to-play Goku. I'll just leave it at that. I love him and I hate him. I'll just leave it just like that. Okay, thank the Lord. So he's left with not exactly a good amount of health there, but I still do think we should be able to get that perfect rotation that I wanted. Oh yeah. Ooh, and that bumped him up to 200k defense. And we're gonna have, yep, that's really good, 4 out of 7 links. So again, version Z Goku is really the unit you want to be running with this guy. And again, they're gonna work well together. Again, that's 207k defense. He gets 58,000 attack and defense on super attack. So that's gonna be 265k defense after he's done supering, by the way. So again, very, very impressive right there. Again, version Z Goku makes any unit look good, which is, again, one of the main reasons I've always advocated. If you don't have version Z Goku, please get him. Like, you are doing yourself such a favor if you awaken and you get version Z Goku. He is just so damn powerful. He's so impactful in the game. He just does so much in general. So again, unfortunately, we couldn't see more of Gohan there because, again, he started out in slot 3. So, again, that was his third category team. Of course, the Goku's family team on a 150% leader skill. Now we're going to move over to his final category team, which is going to be Youth. Of course, led by Inti Gotenks. So, like I said before, let's go ahead and let's head on over there. And let's see what Gohan can do. Okay, guys, so now we are, of course, on the Youth category team. We do have a little bit of a mixture of leader skills here because, OG Kid Goku here gives 150% to all stats, but Gotenks here gives 130% to defense and then 170% to attack and HP. So again, Gohan's defense is again not looking very good. This is probably the worst that we're actually going to see Gohan at, which I guess is, I mean, it's good in the sense that we can see what he's like at his most basic level. So he's at 50k defense again after he super attacks. Not even I, who is again, I'm no math genius, but 50k plus like 58,000, that's like 108k defense. So again, needless to say, not exactly what I would call good. That's not exactly a very invigorating number to see. Oh my god, 108k defense. But again, and dude, under a million, that's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. Under a million, dude. I thought he would at least be like maybe 1.1 or just like straight up 1 million, but no, he's under a million. That is, like I said, not exactly too good for our boy Gohan there. That just kind of adds to the whole thing of what I was saying, that without a Goku, he's extremely mediocre, but if you do have a Goku with him and on the team and on rotation, he is going to look extremely impressive. But again, this Gohan, unfortunately, I would say, he's just basically begging for an easy A. That's like that's what he's waiting for. He's begging to get an easy A. And by the way, if you guys can hear my dog barking, I apologize for that. Again, nothing really much I can do there when I'm recording. I wish I could stop him sometimes, man. But he's a little bit of a madman, and he likes to go a little rogue once in a while. So, alright, so shoot, so really nothing is going to change on this rotation. What is he going to look like without All in the Family? 44k, so that's even worse. You basically want to just have All in the Family with him, like, active at all times. Alright, let's go ahead and give him this. We're going to have to use some key up items to go ahead and give him a super attack here. And we'll use, actually no, I'm going to save up that key up item just in case if we're in like a scenario where we can almost give him a 24 key super attack. We'll go ahead and use that there. But again, man, like, the one thing I will say is if they easy A him, they should just remove the condition of it has to be like an adult Goku, because you can't have like a youth, you can't have a kid, or you can't have or like a Goku Jr. on the team or on rotation. Really what they could do just to kind of fix this Gohan is to again, obviously get rid of the just base number stats, give him percentages, you know, give him like raise his defense on his super attack effect. That would also really help him. But make it so that you could literally just have any sort of Goku on the team, or any Goku's family type unit on team. Again, I really do think that would help him immensely. Again, it's just making it very generic and just saying, hey, as long as you have any sort of Goku's family unit, you know, you should be entirely fine. You know, I think that's exactly what they should do. Because again, it's, I mean, and it's not even like a big change either. Like, the only thing they would change is like basically this. Like, maybe 100% attack and defense at the start. He gets another extra 50% attack and defense. If you have a Goku on the team. What else? And if you're under 58% HP, because again, this is, you know, something that he has built into his passive that I haven't even mentioned because it really hasn't come up at all. This kid Gohan, he gets damage reduction and 12 ki when your HP is 58% or less. But the issue is that he only gets that once only. Like, what they should do with that ability is, again, if your HP's under, let's say for example 70%, you get 58% damage reduction and an extra like 12 ki or something like that, you know. Like, they really don't have to do much to him. Like, because again, he already has a solid foundation, as you guys saw. Like, his defense was looking pretty good when we looked at him on the Goku's family team. Again, he was looking very, very good. You know, he was rocking some good numbers. So, again, that's pretty much all they have to do with him. Again, he's a very simple unit that doesn't really need too much, you know, in the future in terms of an EZA, but, again, unfortunately, they really kind of did my man dirty, in my opinion, and they really didn't give him all the stuff that he could have been. Like, even making him a support type unit for Goku's family would have made a ton of sense, because, again, literally, I mean, his super attacks, like I said, are just him, like, saving his dad from Raditz. Like, I think making him a support type unit would have been a fantastic idea, and he probably would have been the first supporting, the first supporting Prime Battle LR, which again is really, really good. So, anyways, yeah, let's head on over now to the breakdown portion of the video. Alrighty, guys. So now in the breakdown portion of the video, I'm just gonna reiterate some topics I already went over during the showcase, but again. This kid Gohan really is going to be really super impressive if you have a Goku not only on rotation, but on the team with him as well. Again, the main Goku I would say that you want to run with this guy, of course, is going to be the version Z Goku, who's going to be supporting, and also shares things like On the Family, Legendary Power, so very good links, that you want to run with this kid Gohan. Now, that's pretty much the only positives I really have to say. Again, if you really want to run him on any other team that's not Goku's family or Exploding Rage, you're going to fall with the issue in that, again, he's really not going to be that impressive. Unless you have, like, again, a lot of support on rotation, like the Hybrid Saiyan team, you could, you know, probably get away with not having a Goku, because, again, you have a lot of good support type units that are also super good units. Like the GT Trunks and the GT Gohan, again, they're more than capable of taking care of themselves. They're really solid. They're really good. Also, the Dragon Ball Z from the BoJack movie, I think it's from that Trunks. Again, giving 40% in 3 ki, and he himself stacks if you have a Gohan kid. You know, that activates his unit super attack. So, you know, you have good support type units. Again, the main issue that this guy's always going to fall in, though, is if you don't have those types of units, those really strong support type units, or even like if you're running him on the youth category team where you really don't have those guys, you know, you're not gonna be able to make him look really good. Again, he looked terrible on this team. This was, again, probably his worst team, but ironically, the youth team is the team that needed him most. He is literally the unit that you want to run on this team. Why? Because he's an LR, he's a free-to-play unit, he's a Prime Battle LR, which, again, the Prime Battle LRs have been, you know, very, very decent throughout the years, but especially for a unit like this guy, who is, again, a recent unit, he would have significantly helped this team. Because, again, the youth team, just looking back at it, again, it really doesn't receive a lot of buffs. There aren't exactly a ton of Dokkan Fests surrounded around youth units. Now, this team does have a ton of easy A's coming, in the future. For example, these guys right here are actually surprisingly very good after their easy A. This guy's eventually going to get an easy A, but again, Dokkan really hasn't done much in the realm of actually buffing the team with new units. So again, this guy would have been an amazing addition to this team, but unfortunately, again, they really wanted, I guess, Goku to be an essential part of his kit. Now, I already gave my idea of what they could do to easily just fix this guy. As you guys can tell, his passive is like a freaking paragraph, but literally it's just 5 ki at the start, 100% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets 50% attack and defense if there's just a Goku family, category unit on the team, not on rotation. And then make it so that he performs a guaranteed crit if your HP is 50% or less, and he gets the 12 ki and the 58% damage reduction if your HP is, 70% below or 60%, something like that. Would, again, really help this guy out in terms of difficult content. But again, there really doesn't need to be much done to him because, again, his stats are actually relatively solid. And then on his super attack effect, again, just make it raise his defense on the 12 ki, greatly raises it on his 18 ki. And that's all you have to do to make this guy good. But again, that's not to say he isn't already good. Again, as we saw on Exploding Rage on Goku's family, he was hitting over 200k defense. But again, that's extremely situational because you have to have a Goku with him. So again, all in all, I would say he's a decent option. Again, he's not exactly what I would call stellar, but he is going to be a good unit. Again, without a Goku, he's honestly mediocre down to just straight bad. So again, it just really depends on whether or not you have that Goku with you. So anyways, like I said before, that is going to do it for today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
The name of this one is Rosé. Oh, this is the power of legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Now I understand.